when love spoke through actions. He said, "I love you." But when it was time to act, he disappeared. Years later, Allah brought her back, not because of his words, but because of his deeds. This is not a love story written by chance. It's written by faith, based on the words of Hazrat Ali. May Allah be pleased with him. True love is shown through action, not mere words. This story will make you cry, reflect, and believe again in real love. Love that leads you closer to Allah. The city lights flickered like restless souls as Zayan stared at his phone screen one last time. The message thread with Aaliyah ended with a single blue tick, unread, unanswered. "Maybe this is it," he whispered, placing the phone face down. He had once promised her forever, but forever, in this modern world, lasted until convenience ended. Zayan wasn't a bad man, just lost. He believed in love, but not in patience. He prayed, but without focus. His days were filled with meetings, screens, and success, his nights with guilt. Aaliyah had loved him differently. She prayed for him when he forgot to pray. She reminded him of far when he was lost in late-night coding sessions. Her love wasn't loud. It was silent, steady, and full of dua, but he didn't understand it then. He had told her, "I love you," but never showed it. He had spoken of nikah, but never prepared for it. And one day, she walked away. Not in anger, but in peace. She said, "Zayan, love isn't a sentence you say. It's a life you live. Until you learn to love Allah first, you'll never know how to love someone right." Those words haunted him. Years passed. Zayan rose high in his career, Silicon Valley, fame, luxury cars, digital fame. Yet his soul was rusting. One night, he was invited to deliver a talk at a university in Dubai on the future of artificial intelligence. He smiled for the cameras, but deep down, he was empty. After the event, as he walked out, he heard the soft recitation of Quran from a nearby masjid. A voice so familiar, so serene, it made his heart tremble. He followed it. Inside the masjid, a small group sat listening to a young woman teaching a children's Quran circle. Her face was covered, her voice gentle but firm. It was Aaliyah. He froze. Memories flooded him. Her smile, her reminders, her patience. He didn't approach her. He just sat quietly in a corner, listening to her teach kids about Surah An-Nur. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. When the class ended, he walked up to her, his voice trembling. "Aaliyah." She looked up, eyes widened but calm. "Zayan, it's been years." He lowered his gaze. "I found everything I ever wanted, except peace." "You were right." She smiled softly. "And did you find Allah?" He couldn't speak. Tears welled up. "I'm trying to," he said. She nodded. "Then you're closer than you think." That night, Zayan couldn't sleep. He opened the Quran for the first time in years. When he read, "Indeed, Allah is with those who are patient," something cracked open inside him. He began praying again. At first, his heart resisted. Then it started to melt. Each sajda washed away a layer of arrogance. He deleted his old social media life. He began volunteering at a local masjid tech center, teaching coding to underprivileged Muslim youth. It wasn't about showing change, it was about living it. Months later, during Ramadan, Zayan met Aaliyah again, this time at an iftar for orphan children. She was serving food quietly, her hands moving gracefully, her eyes filled with light. He watched her silently. She didn't see him. He remembered Hazrat Ali, as saying, "True love is shown through action, not mere words." That night, Zayan made a dua, not for her love, but for her happiness. He said, "Ya Allah, if she's written for me, make me worthy of her. And if not, make me content with your decree." A few weeks later, his mother visited his flat unexpectedly. She was smiling shyly. "Beta, there's a proposal I want you to consider." She's a teacher, very humble, from the masjid. Zayan's heart skipped. Her name? His mother smiled. "Aaliyah." Subhanallah. The same woman who once walked away because his love was weak, now returned because his faith was strong. They met formally this time. Zayan didn't speak grand promises. He didn't say, "I'll give you the world." He said, "I'll remind you of Jannah every day." Aaliyah smiled, eyes glistening. And I'll remind you of far. Their nikah took place quietly. No grand lights, no designer stage. Just a masjid, 2 hearts, and a covenant before Allah. In the first week of marriage, Zayan placed his old phone, the one filled with worldly memories, in her hands and said, "Delete what doesn't please Allah." She whispered, "This is the first act of true love, submission to Allah." Years later, they ran an Islamic tech foundation together, creating digital tools for Quran learning and charity. They lived humbly, traveled to teach, and prayed side by side. And when people asked Zayan, "What changed you?" he smiled and said, "Her silence taught me more than her words ever did. And Allah's love taught me what true love means, action, not talk." In the quiet of one far morning, as they sat together after prayer, Zayan turned to Aaliyah and whispered, "You waited when I didn't deserve it." "Why?" She looked at him and said, "Because I wasn't waiting for you, Zayan. I was waiting for the version of you that Allah promised. The man who would love through actions, not words." Tears rolled down his cheeks. He kissed her forehead and said, "And I'll spend the rest of my life proving that love." The adhan for far echoed again, a new day, a new beginning. And in that dawn light, love was no longer spoken. It was lived. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll, share it. Let someone remember that real love isn't about likes or status. It's about sabr, dua, and amal. Follow Deen in Minute for stories that remind hearts, awaken souls, and bring us closer to Allah. Because in the end, love without action is just a sentence. But love for Allah's sake becomes your path to Jannah.